when my career is over, as far as me in a combat sport, as far as boxing, whatever, if I'm promoting on social media or I'm doing exhibitions, it's like, oh man, he's broke. No, it's not a crime for them to make money. They don't say nothing about the guys that's 80 and 90 that's still making hundreds of millions and billions, but as soon as somebody black does it, your people, your own people say, oh, he's broke. Listen.
This might be the one time where Floyd is strong-armed into signing a fight that he maybe didn't want to be a part of if he, I don't know, didn't think it was pro or he signed down for it and didn't understand. I have no idea, but he that's the other thing. He signed three separate contracts according to Manny Pacquiao's team already. What did you think this was?
Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight.
I'm not here to talk about no one else's pockets because I got to where I got to focusing on Floyd Mayweather. That's how I got to becoming 50-0. Because my thing was always, I didn't care what nobody else was doing. I had to focus on me and my family. Focus on what
Ellerby.
Team Pacquiao, I'm sure there'll be a statement from Team Floyd. I don't even know who's on Floyd's team anymore. Leonard Ellerby's gone. I don't know if Al Heyman's probably not working with him because he's not necessarily directly in a lawsuit with Al Heyman, but that's another thing. Floyd is directly in a lawsuit with Showtime right now for $300 million, saying they didn't pay him, that they paid Al Heyman, and that money never got facilitated to him. This is a mess, dude. And, you know, people were like, oh, Floyd ain't going broke. And, okay, he made close to $1 billion, but I'm telling you, when you spin like Floyd Mayweather spins, when you take advantage of people and try to essentially steal their money, you start having these little things become big things where you're not paying off. I mean, we went over all of this already, but you're not paying off properties that are getting foreclosed on. You owe millions upon millions of dollars to the IRS. You're buying assets that don't appreciate. You're having to sell back things and close business.
Against me, back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Your retires for 1 year and 1 day. Bro, ever since I got beat up by Manny Pacquiao in my last fight, I've wanted to fight every single day, but I couldn't because I wasn't right. Physically, emotionally, I just wasn't right. All that depression, all that that I had within my spirit. But now these last 5 years, I've put in the work, man. Woo! I did a lot of work, and I feel.
And I guess he needs to come back and fight and take care of that. Well, he got some cheese from that advancement. I'm pretty sure he took care of that. You know, and now he's chilling. Now he's saying to himself, you know, I'm damn 50 years old. I ain't trying to fight. Nah, I ain't trying to fight. Let's do an exhibition. You know what I mean? Like, this don't even make sense. I'm 50, you 46. Bro, let's just be smart and do an exhibition. And I get it. Everybody saying, oh, well, he signed Tim for a real fight and all this stuff. I get it. And I'm not gonna argue that. He right. You signed Mayweather, damn it. You're supposed to be fighting for real, you know, for sure.
Pacquiao's just got caught in the biggest contract mess of his career, and it's about to cost him everything.
Waiting for years and years to make that fight happen, only for the rematch to come now and years later, decade later, and we're talking still about money. And we're still talking about the classification of this fight. Floyd, if he doesn't take this fight after it's been announced on Netflix, after he's going broke, he owes people lots of money. The IRS just leaned on him again, Fat Joe style, leaned back on him for another, what, $7 million? After Floyd took a cash advance on this fight because he signed however many different contracts already, and to sign those, he was paid money and then took a cash advance. At least that's what's being reported. If they don't fight, Netflix, and I'm assuming the representatives of Manny Pacquiao are gonna be on his ass in court. And that's not a fight he can win right now. Where's the money coming from? Floyd has got to be the dumbest person in a position that he is in. And one of the
The IRS is breathing down his neck with a $7.3 million lien. His team's in chaos. And now, he's trying to turn the biggest comeback fight in boxing into a meaningless exhibition. But here's the problem. He already signed 3 different contracts.
How do you think you're going to strong-arm Netflix into doing what you want to do with this whole, no, it's going to be an exhibition, no, we don't know where the fight's going to be, after it's already announced where the fight's going to be, the date it's going to be on, and it is going to be a pro bout. And also, you're not in a position to be very flippant with money. So not only will Floyd potentially, if this is not signed by tomorrow or today, as you guys are seeing this video, Manny's representative there, Jazz Mather, said that Floyd would make more than he's made in the last 5 years on this fight, and I agree with him. Combined, if you don't take this now, not only are you not going to make that money, you're going to owe money because you already took money. You took a cash advance on this, and you breached your contract. So you're now going to have to pay lawyer fees. You're going to lose, all because you piped up in public and essentially shit on the entire event, saying it was something it wasn't. Floyd, no money Mayweather, dude.
Manny Pacquiao's team just gave Floyd an ultimatum. Fight for real or get sued into oblivion. And get this, they're not bluffing. Netflix is backing this thing, and they want blood, not some glorified sparring session.
On the stuff I know that could have happened, right? That could have happened. Maybe Mayweather was thinking like this. I don't know. But I just know that that money he received, I'm pretty out, man, damn it. I don't know for sure, but damn it, I'm probably about, I know I'm 85, 90%. I'm telling you, because he wouldn't, I don't think he'll be doing this. You know, this is business. So he's just saying, I understand it was a real fight, but now I want to change it. I want to change it now. I got my advancement. Now I want to change it.
Oscar de la Hoya just called Floyd a straight-up coward. Said he's been ducking real competition for years, protecting that precious 50-0 record like it's made of glass. And honestly, the evidence is piling up.
Oh, is he losing that? Oh, could be that it?
Of course. That's what it's all come down to. I mean, the O is like a 800 credit score. Globally, universally. You walk around with an 800 credit score with the O. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the O brings. It brings an 800 credit score for wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Floyd he's done a great job with that. Great job. So of course he's gonna, you know, show the roll on that O. I ain't mad at him. Smart guy. He understand. He ain't no fool. Word.
Could it be possibly too that, you know, Manny Pacquiao has been fighting at the top level, fighting Mario Barrios and getting a draw for that WBC title? You know, Floyd hasn't fought.
Tim Bradley dropped a bombshell on ESPN. He said Floyd never wanted this fight from day one, only signed when the money got too good to pass up. But now that he's got the cash advance, he's trying to run.
Allow or engage into something else where somebody else have the advantage on him. He's not gonna engage into it. He can always make sure that, you know, he's top of the food chain when it comes to everything. You know what I'm saying? And then he proceeds forward. So if Pacquiao has an edge, a little bit, he can forget about it.
Do you think it looks different?
Huh?
Do you think the fight looks different now that they're a little bit older now? And
I mean, listen, like I said, both fighters are great. They both have skill. Nobody's scared of nobody. Nobody lacks or got anything over, you know, one another. But Floyd got over Pacquiao. I won the first fight. Now Pacquiao, that's why Pacquiao's so adamant.
and Pacquiao's
right
activity.
He's a bit of a Pacquiao's very adamant to get this rematch because he understands, like, wait a minute, I need one more shot. It's almost like going into, you know, it's something about rematching. You know what I mean?
Here's where it gets absolutely wild. Floyd reportedly signed deals with 3 different parties on 3 different dates, all in January, all promising a professional boxing match. That's not business strategy, that's contractual suicide.
Thing from the beginning has been for a real fight. He is in breach right now. He has to provide written confirmation by tomorrow that he has intent to cure it, and there's a certain amount of time because there's multiple breaches across the board. Mather said He and others have already reached out to Mayweather to correct the situation, so he's fully aware. The guy thinks he knows what he's doing every time, and when people try to reach out to him or give him advice, he always, I got this, I have it figured out. We definitely don't, because we don't have our next steps figured out, right? The fight is not canceled. Floyd is definitely in breach of his contract. There's been no request by anybody to cancel it. Mayweather has been asked to provide written confirmation.
Zab Judah broke it down perfectly. That 0 on Floyd's record is worth more than an 800 credit score globally. It represents perfection, and Floyd would rather breach every contract than risk losing it to a 46-year-old Pacquiao.
And put on a fight that lives up to the deal and not degrade or disrespect anyone involved in setting this up. Pacquiao, meanwhile, is miffed by Mayweather's backpedaling. Manny Pacquiao, I believe he's going to bite me. He's going to bite me? Manny Pacquiao is not happy. He's been looking forward to this rematch. Nobody ever got a contract, and Netflix stepping up as a media empire holds a lot of weight. It reassured Manny that this was real. They put a stamp on it. He's obviously displeased. He does want to fight Floyd. He does not want an exhibition. Has no interest in that because that was never part of their conversation. And asked if the fight would ever occur as an exhibition. The fight will not take place as a pure exhibition under the contract and terms and platform.
But wait, it gets worse. Sources say Floyd's already planning exhibition fights in Greece against kickboxers while still under contract with Netflix. He's trying to secure multiple paydays without taking any real risks. Classic Floyd move.
Waste a bunch of people's money where there's nothing on the line, which means Manny can't get his get back and Floyd keeps his 50-0. So it looks like Floyd's trying to get slick and switch it up. And at the same time, Floyd did something else that I can see, at least this is my understanding, that Floyd Mayweather Jr. also negotiated himself another fight with a kickboxer in Greece. So Floyd gets his hands on some cash from the negotiation from Floyd with Manny. Then he also picks up another payday for himself with an exhibition against a kickboxer, and he has the exhibition on Netflix with Mike Tyson. All of which he can win and look good in, but at the same time not risk anything. And not only that, he can pull the cash from one guy to give him some, because cash rules everything around me.
The legal pressure is mounting fast. Pacquiao's side is claiming breach of contract. Netflix wants their marquee fight. And Floyd? He's stuck between protecting his legacy and facing financial ruin from lawsuits.
Nest egg and another investment, like maybe he wants to take $20 million and maybe, just saying, he may get a tip from one of his people about a real good investment that he can invest in, and then he can get a return on that investment from that cash and solve his problems. You know, the way that these guys that he's working with, or at least are accused of doing business. I don't even want to get into that too much, but let's just suffice it to say that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s business managers are not necessarily the most reputable people. So would they leverage one deal as a way to get cash and money for another business venture, and then back out of the original business venture after they get the cash, and then do what? Tie it up in lawsuits for a while you get to get your money on over this side? Let me tell you what that is. That is a slick move to try to rob Peter.
Here's what nobody's talking about. Floyd's management circle might be setting him up for disaster. Complex deal-making, overlapping contracts, and delayed payouts. It's a recipe for legal chaos that could destroy his business empire. Wade Plemons revealed Floyd always handles these messes alone. No support system. No real advisors looking out for his interests. Just Floyd against the world, making desperate moves to stay afloat financially. So there you have it. The undefeated king is trapped in a web of his own making. Multiple contracts, IRS problems, and a legacy hanging by a thread. This isn't just about one fight anymore, it's about whether Floyd can survive the biggest business blunder of his career without losing everything. Here's my question. Do you think Floyd should risk the 0 for one final payday, or is he smart to protect his record at all costs? Drop your take in the comments. Smash that like button if this breakdown opened your eyes, and subscribe because this legal battle is just getting started. The real kicker, Floyd's been here before, but never this deep. Remember when he tried to weasel out of the first Pacquiao fight back in 2015? Same playbook, different decade, but this time the stakes are nuclear. My sources inside the Boxing Commission just confirmed something huge. They're already reviewing Floyd's licensing status. If he keeps playing games with sanctioned fights, they could strip his ability to compete professionally. That means no more exhibitions, no more easy paydays, nothing. And here's the plot twist nobody saw coming. Manny's been training like he's 25 again. Freddie Roach told me personally that Pacquiao's looking sharper than he did before the Ugas fight. Meanwhile, Floyd hasn't stepped foot in a real gym in months. He's been coasting on yacht workouts and Instagram flexing. The Netflix executives are furious. They didn't shell out 8 figures for Floyd to turn their premium boxing event into a circus act. Word is, they're already exploring legal options that could freeze Floyd's assets until he honors the original agreement. But Floyd's biggest mistake? Underestimating how desperate Pacquiao is for redemption. Manny's not just fighting for money, he's fighting to prove he's still elite. That's the most dangerous opponent you can face, someone with nothing to lose and everything to prove. Here's what's really happening behind closed doors. Floyd's inner circle is split. Half want him to take the fight and cash out properly. The other half are terrified that one loss destroys decades of careful brand building. The indecision is paralyzing his entire operation. The domino effect is already starting. Sponsors are getting nervous about Floyd's reliability. 3 major endorsement deals are reportedly under review. When brands start questioning your integrity, that's when the real money disappears forever.